In this short video we will look at the three drafted trim commands: quick trim, trim and trim extend. Let's look at quick trim first. OK, quick trim deletes the part of the entity that you click on. Other entities that cross this entity are what we call boundaries. So for example, if we click on this line here, then the end is deleted up to the circle, which is the nearest intersection. Whereas if we click on this line here, we lose the middle section. It's that simple. Quick trim uses intersections with other geometry as trimming boundaries. Click on the end part to delete the end, or the middle to delete the middle. We'll just get rid of these bits. Now let's draw a few more lines and look at the trim command. We'll start with a vertical line here. Now we can offset that a few times. Let's do the same horizontally. Add a line here and create a few offsets. Now we will draw a rectangle about here, and let's make it a different colour. The trim command allows us to define any number of entities as boundaries, and then, like the quick trim command, we can delete the ends or midsections of the entities we then pick. So here we pick the 4 lines that make up the rectangle. Now we press enter to end the selection. So we can pick on single entities to trim them. The difference here, of course, is that we are controlling the trimming boundaries, whereas quick trim just trims to the nearest entity. If we now look at the command prompt, you can see that we have a fence option. To use it, we simply type F. Now we click 2 points to define a fence line, and everything that crosses this line is then trimmed to the boundaries, like this. It's very easy. So as you can see, we can quickly trim all of the lines back to our rectangle. Let's undo that and use the same fence method to remove all of the lines inside the rectangle. Again, we select the rectangle as the boundary and type F for fence. Now if we click here and here, the fence intersects all of the lines and completely clears the inside area. OK, now we'll undo a few steps back and look at the trim extend command. This command allows us to increase or decrease the length of an entity. When you pick the entity, it is the nearest end to the position you select that will be modified. If we pick, say, this line, you can see as we move the cursor, a dynamic dimension is showing. We can type in directly or use the input box here. When we enter the value, the line length is increased. You can also enter negative sizes to decrease the length of the line. If we now repeat this command, you can see that the previous value is remembered. If we don't want this, we can just directly input a new value or press the button here to unlock it. We don't always want to use exact sizes. So if we switch to snap mode, we can use other points on the drawing to change the length, like this. The trim extend command also works with arcs.